I wasn't planning on filming today, but I really want to show you guys a shoulder workout. I'm also going to hit some abs, so I think it would be really helpful for you guys to watch it because I've been doing some new exercises and some new movements that I think are super helpful that I haven't shown in my previous videos. So yeah, just going to be kind of winging it today. I don't have a script, no music, no edits, nothing fancy, just straight to the point. So I don't know, maybe I'm not going to do as much talking. We'll see. I'm just going to play it by ear and do everything like that. But lighting is a little different today because it is early morning. I train on weekdays pretty early. Like I wake up at 4:30, then I do like a half hour of fasted cardio and then just get right into training fasted as well. Today's going to be just a random shoulder workout, but dang, look at that lighting. I have a light that's like straight above me. Usually I have the natural light coming in. So today I might look a little bit more anabolic than usual. But yeah, I'd say my body fat right now is like probably like 7%. And also I probably look a little leaner because I have like no food in me. So I'm like fasted. So maybe I'm a little more flat, but like the striations and everything, you know, they're popping through pretty good. We're just gonna get right into the workout now. And if I'm breathing heavy, it's not because I'm on steroids, it's because I'm actually training really, really hard. We're gonna be starting with a barbell overhead press. Let's get it. So as I said, we got a barbell overhead press right here. I got the bench almost at a 90-degree angle. It's slightly back just to make it a little easier on the rotator cuffs because when it's straight up, it just feels weird. So you will be using a tiny bit of upper chest on this, but it is gonna be mostly like front delt and a little bit of side delt, depending on how you do it. Obviously, I wanna target my side delts the most. So the way I do that is when I extend over, I'm gonna poke my head through my shoulders instead of keeping my head back. And it does activate the side delt a little more. So I got 95 pounds on the bar, just warming up with the movement. And then we're gonna move up to probably 155 and go for a 10 rep PR. So yeah, I just like to warm up with the movement. I don't do any like fancy rotator cuff rotation exercises before because I don't have any shoulder issues at the moment, luckily. So I just like to warm up with the movement itself. Feeler reps is what I call it, feeler set. Make sure everything is good. I'm gonna give you guys some different angles to see the shoulders working, but got one more warm-up set right here, just 135 on the bar, and then we're gonna add a 10 on each side to make it 155. So one more feeler set. Slow eccentric, about 3 to 5 seconds down, and then a little pause at the bottom. Oh yeah. Already got a pretty gnarly shoulder pump. I'm just warming up, yo. Let's go. All right, so we got 155 on the bar right now. If I hit 10 reps, I believe that would be a PR. So let's get it. I have a pretty close grip right now, and I know you guys are gonna mention my popping elbows. They don't have any pain or anything. They just pop like anytime I do a press, so. Oh, mic is kind of in the way. Oh well. One more. It's currently 6:30 a.m. and the sun's starting to come up, so I'm curious what you guys think of the lighting with like the natural light coming in, like what I usually do with my videos versus right over here under this light. It's a completely different story. This is crazy, like the difference with the down lighting versus natural lighting coming in. Like I think this adds like another 10 15 pounds of muscle literally out of nowhere. So I typically do it there because I want to make it more realistic for you guys, but I just wanted to show you the difference between the two. So the reason why I like the sitting overhead press more than a standing overhead press is because with standing, you have a limiting factor of balance, first of all, as well as your lower back and your legs. With the sitting overhead press, you don't have to worry about any kind of balance or using any other muscle groups. It's basically 100% shoulders. So if you want to focus completely on the shoulders, then I recommend a seated overhead press. But standing overhead press, obviously for like functionality and sports and stuff like that, pretty good, but I don't really see the reason outside of that. to do a standing overhead press. So yeah, there I did 2 working sets of 10 reps, so that was a PR. But now we're gonna be moving to a lateral raise. I have some exciting news. I finally got some dumbbells for my gym. It's about time. I got these from Gore Nation. It's a calisthenics brand. I'm also gonna be using the parallettes later in the video for handstand push-ups, but Gore Nation is a calisthenics brand, and they got basically anything you need, even like home gym equipment like dumbbells, but they also got a lot of calisthenics equipment like parallettes where you can do handstands, weighted chain belt, you do weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, stuff like that. So highly recommend, use code JASON if you want to try this stuff out. So the bench is the same angle as it was for the overhead press, and what I like to do when I do lateral raise is keep my chest back on the bench, and this just keeps you from cheating the weight up and using momentum. And for some reason, I like to use, if you have a plate like this, the ones with the handle like that, for some reason it's easier for me to rotate my pinkies like this with this weight, with these kinds of weights. And I just feel like it targets my lateral delt a lot better than with a dumbbell. Dumbbells work too, honestly, but I just feel the shoulders a little better doing it like this. So yeah, shoulders back, not completely to the side when you do the rep, but slightly in front. Feels a little better on the shoulder overall. So I think I'm gonna go up to 25 pounds and we're gonna do about 3 sets of 10 reps. All right, so we got 25 pounds here, aiming for basically until failure. What I like to do with the free weight lateral raise is I like to add a tiny pause at the top just for that mind muscle connection and lateral delt activation. So hold it there for at least 1 second. All right, next we're moving to the rear delt. Rear delts, in my opinion, are just as important as the lateral delt for shoulders. I am pretty lucky with like my genetics. I just have really good cap shoulders because my rear delts just grow pretty easily. Just my shoulders in general grow pretty easily. But if I were to only choose one rear delt exercise out of all of them, it would be a reverse cable fly. So 2 hands at the same time, I think, is just more convenient because you can get the exercise done quicker. So just grab the opposite side, the cable, with the opposite hand. And I like to have the attachment just a little above shoulder height. So then you're gonna be going sort of at a downward angle like this. Keep the elbow slightly bent and make sure that your hands are basically hinged at the same spot through the whole movement. Otherwise, you're gonna turn it into like a tricep movement. So keep your arms at the same angle through the whole motion. All right, now it's time for some handstand push-ups. I like to do calisthenics. I think it's important to carry your own body weight. And it's really fun too. You can do it anywhere. That's why I'm outside. It's perfect weather this morning. It's like 7 a.m. right now. So yeah, I got these parallettes right here. And I like the taller ones because I can go full range of motion on handstand push-ups. I'm not gonna hit my head on the ground. Again, these are from Gore Nation. Code JASON will save you money. Yeah, these are like probably the best quality parallettes you can find anywhere. So highly recommend. I'm gonna do 2 sets of handstand push-ups until failure. So I'm already pretty exhausted because I already did like 3 shoulder exercises before this. So I probably won't get as many reps as I typically would fresh. But we'll see how many I can get. All right, first set. Haven't even done a handstand yet, so we'll see if I can even get into this. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get at least 10, but we'll see how it goes. One, 2, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Oh. If anyone tells you that calisthenics doesn't build you muscle, don't listen to them. I have been getting a lot of people asking me to make like a calisthenics video, like a beginner how to start calisthenics video, as well as people asking like how to incorporate calisthenics with weight training and stuff like that. This is how I do it. I just kind of do it randomly whenever I want to, typically during a training session. You can do calisthenics with any body part really, and in addition to weights. So for example, with shoulders, handstand push-ups are great. If you can't do a handstand push-up, just hold a handstand against the wall. And then, like, you know, for chest, you could do weighted dips, back weighted pull-ups. You could do like pistol squats for legs. You can incorporate calisthenics like pretty easily for any body part in addition to weights. So both are super beneficial. Calisthenics is great because it helps you maintain agility and functionality, and it's fun. So I just like to do it. Started with calisthenics before I even did weight. If you guys want to see a fully dedicated like calisthenics YouTube video, then comment down below and share the video. If this video does really well, then I'll make a calisthenics video for you. But yeah, we're gonna do one more set until failure with handstand push-ups and then hit some abs. Okay, never mind. That was like 7.5. Keep in mind, I'm coming into these handstand push-ups pretty exhausted. So if I were to start with handstand push-ups fresh, I can maybe get like 15 to 20 reps. But yeah, I'm still pretty happy with that. All right, we are back inside. We're gonna be hitting some abs now. I got like 2 or 3 ab exercises for you guys. Starting with the ab roller. I finally got an ab roller thingy. I usually use my barbell and roll it on the floor, but got this from Gore Nation as well. So I'm gonna put a link at the bottom if you guys wanna check it out for Gore Nation. Ab rollers are great because you get the most tension in the stretched position at the bottom. So you're getting the most tension right here. So it's really good exercise. Highly recommend these. If you don't have an ab roller and you're doing this at home, you can even use like a towel or a plate on a tile floor and slide it. That works too. If you want to make this more difficult, you could do an elevated knee ab roller. I'll show you guys here on the bench. This might be too high, but we will see. So elevated knee just makes it a little more difficult. Here. I like to do about 10 to 15 reps of these. That's good enough. I'm at like 12% battery, so I better hurry. But next ab exercise is a weighted sit-up. I prefer to do this on a reverse hyperextension machine at the gym because you can hook your legs inside of it. But if you have a home gym, then you can just simply set up a barbell with some weight and then pin your feet down like this on a bench, and it works pretty good. So you can do it this way if you want, but I'm going to demonstrate this without weight first, and then we're going to add weight. So simply like this. I like to hold the weight behind my head so it would look like this. Yep. You really don't have to go too heavy with this because putting the weight behind your head, which is the way that I recommend, it makes it so much more difficult than holding it in front of you. Just the way the gravity works, you're getting so much more tension holding it here as opposed to here. So aiming for about 10 reps. And then once you hit 10, you can do a drop set, drop the weight, and then go to body weight. I got one more final ab exercise I think you guys would love. This is just a hanging leg raise, but the thing I'm gonna do here is put a bar behind my back to add that extra stability. And what this does is helps you get a better stretch of the bottom and then a better contraction at the top without using your hip flexors. So the bar really just does help add that, that stability to where you can focus 100% on the abs. Because when I don't have a bar behind my back, it's still a pretty good ab exercise if you don't have the bar, but it's easier to use your hip flexors, and you can only round your spine so much until you start swinging. So this way you won't cheat as much and just target the abs a lot better. But yeah, I want to film an outro before my camera dies. This video is probably a lot more random than my typical video. My other videos have a little more structure, like I write down the exact exercises. Today I literally just winged the entire video. So if you liked it, then just, you know, make sure you like the video, you share, whatever you got to do to make this video get more views. But yeah, thanks guys for watching to this point. I'm really enjoying making YouTube videos, so I'm starting to think I'm probably going to make maybe 2 or even 3 per week. Especially if these new videos start doing better. When I wing it like this, it's a lot easier to just pull the camera out and start filming without thinking at all. So yeah, I had a good time making this video. I'll see you in the next one.